Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Allison and welcome to Sunday Yin. Of course you can perform this practice any day of the week, but I love to do it on Sundays to energetically set the tone for my week. Let's begin class seated in whatever position is comfortable for you. Right hand on your heart, left hand on your belly. And we're going to do a 3-part breath. So you're going to breathe into your belly and draw it up through your ribs into your chest. And then exhale, chest, ribs, belly. So you're going to do this at your own pace, breathing deeply into your belly, slowly drawing it up to your chest, and exhaling out of your chest, your ribs, and deflating your belly. Focus on feeling your heartbeat and what it feels like to feel your belly expanding with oxygen. Release into this present moment of your Yin class. All right, excellent. Let's drop our palms onto our knees. Go back to your regular breathing and just relax into this present moment. Set your intention for today's class. Let's inhale, sweep the hands all the way up above our heads. Exhale, hands in Anjali Mudra down towards our heart. All right, let's begin class with a little warm up for Yin. So we're going to begin standing at the front of our mats, meeting in Tadasana, mountain pose, feet firmly on the ground. Inhale, reach the hands up towards the sky. Exhale, hands towards your heart. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, drop all the way down into Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, hands all the way up above your head. Exhale, hands together, meet in front of your heart. These are called half sun salutations, and we use them to warm up the body before Yin. Again, inhale, hands up. Exhale, fold down towards your mat. Inhale, halfway lift, straight back. Exhale, hands down towards your mat, drop your forehead. Another big inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands together in front of your heart. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, release into forward fold. When you exhale, really release everything out of your body, negative emotions. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep the arms back all the way above your head. Exhale, hands together in front of your heart. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, fold, release everything that no longer serves you. And this time in the fold, grab onto either elbows with your hands and just gently rock from side to side in ragdoll position. Really try to release your neck in this position. You can nod it yes and nod it no. Feel the release in your hamstring. Try to keep your back as straight as possible and just feel like a rag doll in this position, almost childlike. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant both hands on the ground. And we're going to gently step our right foot back with control. Drop the right knee towards our ground. And we're going to meet in our first Yin posture. Dragon pose on the right side. Make sure the knee is above the ankle and the front leg. You can have the toes tucked or untucked. And what we're going to do here is hold this posture for at least 2 minutes. So it's a very, very long hip opening. So in this posture, you can have your hands either on your hips, resting on your knee, your thigh, up above your head, wherever it feels most comfortable. In a Yin posture, you want to find your edge, somewhere where you can really hold this posture without moving. So once you find your edge, Find where you're most comfortable. You're going to find and cultivate stillness. Stillness in the body and stillness in the mind. So I like to have my hands on my knee. If you'd like to modify this posture as well, you can place a bolster or pillow underneath your right knee. Or you could lean a little bit further back so it's not as intense on the hips. Either way, we're going to hold and breathe in this posture. Drop into yourself and just focus on the area of the body that you want to open. When we open our hips, we're releasing not only tension in the muscle, but tension in the mind. When we experience a negative emotion, it often sits in our hip flexors, our psoas muscle. And so in yin, we work to release physical and emotional imbalances. If at any point a posture becomes painful or uncomfortable, just gently back off. You can drop into a child's pose or modify, but really try to find a position where you feel the most still and meditative. Continue to hold and breathe. I will guide you into the next posture when it's time to move. All right, we're going to gently come out of this posture. Reach your hands up, frame out the back foot, and you're going to gently start to move that foot back to meet the right foot. And we're just going to sway out our hips like this, just releasing all of that tension. Should feel kind of funny holding a posture for that long, so do some hip circles going either way. Just release the hips gently and allow your body to come back into balance. All right. Once you're done that, let's meet on our hands and knees, and we're just going to drop back into a quick child's pose. We're going to hold this child's pose for a few breaths and just relax into this relaxing yin posture. As you inhale, feel your belly pushing against your knees. Exhale, feel the opening in your armpits. You can also modify by bringing your hands back towards your ankles, like I'm demonstrating. Or you could place a pillow underneath your bum or in front of your forehead and relax onto a pillow wherever it feels the most comfortable. I like to have my hands stretched out in front of me and releasing my armpits. Again, in this posture, make sure you modify to where it's comfortable so you can hold it and fall into stillness and breathe. Remember that it's okay if your mind starts to wander in these postures. Just gently imagine those thoughts as clouds passing by and allow them to come, but then gently ask them to leave as you drop into this meditative state of awareness and stillness. All right, we're going to slowly start to come out of this child's pose. Push your weight forward onto your hands and knees. Tuck your toes, and we're going to push back into a downward facing dog. Hold and breathe in your downward dog as your ankles reach towards the ground and your sternum falls towards the ground, weight evenly displaced in both hands, and tailbone reaching towards the sky. This is just a transitional pose in our yin practice, so feel free to make it your own and make it feel comfortable. From here, let's reach the right foot forward and we're going to drop into dragon on the other side. So again, knee above ankle, foot can be tucked or flat like mine is. Inhale, reach your arms up towards the sky. Exhale, find a position that feels most comfortable for you. Hands on the hips, hands on your knee or thigh. Your hands can also be reaching for blocks on either side of your knee, but preferably your spine is straight. You can have a pillow underneath your left knee. So again, just find where you're most comfortable. Find the edge where you're not pushing your muscle into a place where it's uncomfortable, but right at the edge of uncomfort. Once you find your edge, find your stillness. You can have your eyes open or closed in any of these yin postures. Breathe into the area. Slow your breathing and relax. Yin is so important because it's very rare that we have moments where we're just relaxing into stillness and the present moment. It's always somewhere that we have to be, something that we have to do. And in order to turn on our parasympathetic nervous system, the system that regulates our body, regulates our breathing, our reactions, to really create more calm in our lives, we have to do things that create that calm, that stimulate that part of our bodies. So we become less reactive, reduce our anxiety and stress from regular life. When we're ready to move out of this posture, I'll let you know. Just continue to breathe and hold. All right, let's inhale, sweep the arms up towards the sky. Exhale, frame out the right foot and bring it back gently and slowly. That hip should feel really funny. And again, we're just going to roll out those hips by doing some circles on our hands and knees. Just bringing our body back into balance. Going either direction, and then tuck the toes, downward facing dog, as we transition to our next yin posture. Lift the left leg, and you're going to bring the left knee and replace the left wrist with your left knee. We're going to move into sleeping pigeon, and this pose can be really difficult sometimes if you're super tight in the glute and hip area. To protect your knee, you want to make sure that your left shin bone is parallel to the front of your mat and your left foot is flexed. Relax the right leg straight behind you, foot is untucked and relaxing on the ground. Now I'm going to show you a few ways that you can relax into this posture. One way to modify this, if it's too uncomfortable for you, is to actually just relax into a figure 4 posture. Just as I'm demonstrating here, you can relax on your back with your feet flexed and your left ankle against your right knee. Or if it's too uncomfortable for you lying down, You may stay seated, hands reaching behind you, spine upright, and just feel the stretch in your glute. I'm going to relax back into our sleeping pigeon pose. And from here you can leave your hands on the ground, or reach your elbows down towards the ground, or rest your forehead on the ground. Again, the key is finding where you are comfortable and where you can remain for a few minutes. Sometimes when we sit in an uncomfortable situation, we forget to breathe. So don't forget to breathe. In real life, the same thing can happen. So it's a lesson that you can carry with you off the mat, that when you're in a situation that's difficult, maybe painful, well, you shouldn't be in pain in this posture, but just a more difficult, uncomfortable situation, remembering to connect back to the breath and use the breath to guide you into a state of relaxation will bring you back to peace and clarity of your mind. So let's relax in our sleeping pigeon or whatever posture you are doing today, and connect to our breath, feel relaxed, and I'll let you know when we are moving out of this posture. All right, we're going to gently come out of our meditative state. Push your upper body up. Give yourself a nice, slight little back bend. And then we're just going to gently move out of this posture really slowly and with control, bringing our right leg forward. And we're going to meet in our next yin posture, butterfly pose. So take your time to get into this pose. I'm going to move so that I'm facing everybody so they can see what I'm doing. And you're just going to gently allow your knees to fall down towards the ground to let gravity do its job. Now the modifications you can do for this posture is you can actually be seated on a pillow or a bolster, or have bolsters underneath your two knees like I'm demonstrating. Wherever allows you to hold this posture with a straight spine and no tension in the hips or the neck. So you can either stay upright or bend forward like I'm showing right now. I like to bend forward in this posture, reaching my forehead towards my toes and allowing my knees to just fall on either side of my body, and really breathing into the tension of the groin and the hips, releasing any anxiety or stress that I might be holding in my upper back, my neck. So find where you're comfortable, find stillness, connect to the breath, and hold. I will again guide you out of this posture when it is time. All right, let's slowly start walking our hands back towards our body if you were bent forward. Close your knees gently using the help of your hands. And we're just going to move into some windshield wipers. So move those knees either side of your body, just loosening the hips. Make it feel good and fun. A lot of work going into the hips today. Then we're just going to make our way slowly and carefully onto all fours. Tuck the toes and push up into our transitional pose of downward facing dog. Now we're just going to repeat sleeping pigeon on the other side. So when you're ready, go ahead and lift your right knee. Place your right knee where you just had your right wrist. Parallel the right shin to the front of your mat. Flex the right foot. Drop the left leg straight behind you. And again, modify this posture in the way that fits you. So that might mean that you have a pillow underneath your body, or you're reaching back into a figure 4 position, like I demonstrated before, with your right ankle on your left knee, and you're pulling your left thigh towards your chest. Wherever you are today is exactly where you're supposed to be. So relax into the posture while it opens your hip, your glute, and just breathe. Time to slowly come out of our sleeping pigeon, so walk your hands back towards your body. Gently lift your upper body up, and we're just going to move on to our right hip and swing the left leg forward to the front of the mat. I'm using my hand to move my left leg because I'm a little bit stiff after all of that stretching of the hips. Place your knees on the ground. Inhale, gather the oxygen. Exhale, vertebra by vertebra, onto the mat. Extend your left leg, and then you're just going to bring your right knee towards your chest. And we're going to do a half stirrup pose, or half happy baby. So what you can do is either just continue to draw your knee into your chest, if that's where you are today, or you could meet me in a half happy baby or stirrup, as I'm demonstrating, where you hold on to the sole of your foot, your ankle, the inside or outside of your foot, and just draw the knee towards your armpit. really intense stretch into the hips. I like to keep my left hand on my left hip to make sure I'm keeping it down and it's not trying to raise. And just continue to draw that knee towards your armpit. Legs should be in an almost 90-degree angle. Relax your face and just enjoy this half happy baby or stirrup pose. Alright, it's time to gently release. So what we're going to do is just move that leg in some circles to loosen up the hip. A lot of work in the hip. So reverse the direction of the circle. And then just gently guide the right leg back down towards the ground, and let's go into the other side. So again, you can just draw the knee into the chest, holding onto the knee with both hands. Foot is flexed. Or meet me in the half happy baby stirrup pose on the left side, holding onto the sole of your foot, your toes, your ankle, your calf, whatever is comfortable for you, to draw that knee towards your armpits. Remember that it's important to find stillness in this pose, so if it's uncomfortable and you feel like you need to move your hand or move something in your body, try to find that position where you're most comfortable and also feeling the stretch, but it doesn't jeopardize the stillness that you need to cultivate while you're in a yin pose. So let's bring our attention to our breath, long inhales and long exhales. Fill your body with oxygen. This oxygen allows you to move. It'll help increase your flexibility over time if you really focus on the area while you're breathing. You're teaching your body what it feels like to just relax, and eventually, the same way that we get addicted to our stressful hormones and situations, you'll become addicted to feeling good and feeling relaxed, and this will continue to get easier for you. A lot of people find yin very difficult just for that reason, because we can never find time to just let go and just give ourselves 30 minutes to make our body feel good. Doing something just for yourself. Alright, let's gently release that pose and continue to do the circles like we did on the other side, to the left and then to the right, releasing that hip. And then gently release the left leg down towards the ground. And now it's time to relax into our final posture, Shavasana. I'll leave you here to breathe and connect to the ground beneath you. Please continue to stay in Shavasana for as long as you can today. Do not rush out of this posture. But if you'd like to end class with me, start to wiggle your toes and your hands. Move over onto one side that's most comfortable for you and gently push yourself up into a seated position, easy pose, hero's pose, or on a chair or couch. And let's take one final breath together, reaching your hands up towards the sky, hands together. Exhale it all out. Hands meet at your heart. And show yourself gratitude for showing up today. The light in me always honors the light in you. Namaste.